A revised plan to stimulate the nation's sputtering property market, the Korean government on Tuesday laid out a set of measures to supplement housing policies that were introduced earlier this year. Arirang's Hwang Ji-hye reports.
The Korean government has laid out a set of revised measures to boost the country's ailing housing market. The measures announced during an economy-related ministers' meeting on Tuesday come as a means to improving two sets of housing policies introduced earlier this year. Despite implementation of the policies already introduced, Finance Minister Hyun Oh-seok, who chaired the meeting, said that the real estate market has failed to enter into a state of full recovery.
There are low expectations that housing prices are going to rise, and there's also the imbalance of supply and demand due to soaring rental security deposits.
To counter the lingering uncertainties in the nation's housing market, the revised stimulus measures include unifying the types of government-backed mortgage loans. The government will also allocate 11 trillion won, or roughly $10 billion for government mortgage loans next year, the same as this year's record amount.
As one single bank will run the loan program, more home buyers will be able to secure loans at lower interest rates.
Under the new measures, the overall number of so-called happy houses, which are a form of public rental housing, will be cut by 30% to 140,000. But the number of other forms of state-owned rental homes solely for low-income families will rise from 60,000 as previously planned to 110,000. Revitalizing the nation's faltering housing market has been a major focus for economic policymakers, as 70% of assets held by Korean households are in real estate. And because of that, officials say the ailing housing market could have a negative impact on consumption, which makes up more than half of the nation's gross domestic product. Hwang Ji-hye, Arirang News.